Hello, everyone. Welcome to the March Progenitor League Circuit Tournament. I am Benji Hodger Sorensen, and joining me on the desk today is not our usual co-caster, but it is indeed Devin Admin Anonymous North.
It's me. I live. I am all powerful.
Well, it's good to have you here on the broadcast. We need to address a couple things first. Number one, we do have a great show for you. And number two, happy birthday, Death.
Happy birthday, Death. We're putting this on because we really want Death to have a good birthday, and this is going to be a great start.
Absolutely. So today we have Team Unknown, the PLC poster child. They've been here since even before PLC actually put on a tournament. They signed up for our series way back in, what was that, 2020, Admin?
Probably.
It's been a while. So they've been here for us, and so we want to make sure and have a show for them. And as such, they will be playing against the PLC House team. That means members of the production crew have cobbled together, and we are going to have a team. That means we're Summoners Rifting with some Misfits and our two-time PLC champions. It's going to be great, Admin.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who's going to win.
Neither do I, because I have some good confidence. And, you know, we've had the chance to see Team Unknown play a few times. We know what their strengths are, but we have to remember that Shazbot is on the staff. He played for E-Man Mate for two of the monthly tournaments, and then Proden, a longtime veteran of both the Game Tyrant series and Rated R Esports. So the two of them together with, you know, the introduction of Xeno and the Snurks onto the team, as well as Bleen. I mean, they've got a lot of inside information on how Team Unknown works.
We've got some heavy hitters. We've also got people like me who are still stuck in Wood Division, so that works as well.
I'll try and be unbiased. I can only promise to try.
I'm biased to both teams for different reasons, so I don't. Go the winning team. Go my favorite esports team. Yep, absolutely. And we're jumping in. We're going to see the PLC side on blue, so we're going to actually see who our players are. Bleen in the top lane, Thor's Dragon is in the jungle, Xeno and the Snurks in the mid lane, Proden playing ADC, which is not a surprise to me, and Shazbot following up with support. And I'm thinking I'm going to see Jinx from Proden, only because I've actually supported his Jinx, and it actually went pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't know.
Really well. He does really well in the roles he plays, which is actually really cool, because when Proden played on teams, he was a mid laner, and so this role shift was actually, I think it's a good thing, right? It grants that extra perspective, increases your champion pool, increases your skill ceiling, and so I'm excited to see it. But I'm also excited to see if we get something new out of Team Unknown as well. We know we have the Taric already gone. There is no question about that. It has to be taken away from Kiroro. It's unacceptable, no matter what Calavir is playing with it. And so I wonder if maybe we get something else in the top lane. You know, we've seen Ornn and we've seen Malphite out of Bear. I wonder if we get something a little spicier.
Yeah, what I'm looking forward. So we have a little bit of the inside scoop on Bleen and Thor's Dragon a little bit. Thor's, I know, likes to go dive in the jungle. He likes to play as assassin, so expect something like Master Yi. I'm pretty sure it's going to be something like that from Thor's Dragon. And I'm actually not sure what Bleen plays in the top lane, so this will be exciting to see.
He does play a lot of Kled. I know he likes that. He's a big Mundo fan. He also really likes Trundle. And I
did know that.
If he locks that in, that would, I think it forces Bear into something other than those two picks we were talking about. Trundle just does so well with that ultimate, especially with the new items. He has some very strong builds. And another thing to talk about is mid lane. It is Birthday Boy Death in the mid lane. And okay, this actually surprises me. I did not see that coming.
Likely going to be going to Xeno.
Yeah.
My dark horse pick is you're always going to see something weird come from Thor's Dragon as well, so it's also possible, but that's definitely most likely going to be going to the mid lane, of course.
Yeah, and it's also a steal away pick because
that is true.
That's what Death was playing on our February tournament.
It's his birthday. Why are you stealing his champion? How rude.
That is a little bit rude, but that's okay because we have the Pantheon locked in. I think we can see Kodo Draco in the jungle with that, or Kiroro throwing that down in the support role. Pantheon is a very versatile champion, and I like that about him. Zach, though, that's new.
I love that pick. I love seeing tanky characters playing the game. I'm a tank main when it comes to League of Legends, and getting in there, not dying, have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I also prefer the tanks and bruiser, or what do they call them, juggernauts. That is my preferred style of play as well.
Kozik's pick, though, what I called out, diving in, Thor's Dragon is going to be taking that. Expect someone, he likes to get in, get the kill, get out, and then just set up for the next one, so that makes a lot of sense. I believe our Karma is going to be going to Shazbot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see that, especially with where Hui would need to go. And I admit that I experimented very poorly with the AD Hui, back when the mythic items existed. I put Navori Quickblades on him and realized that you could get out a whole lot more spells.
The day he came out, both you and I were in the practice tool, yes. And I was just doing like regular rotation, figuring out, I'm like, okay, here's some pretty cool things you can do, and you're sitting there going, hey, watch this. It was pretty funny.
It was, but then I tried it on the map, and in an isolated dummy situation, yes, you can get about 400 to 500 extra DPS. But when you're fighting people right in front of you, it does not go well.
That's what we call white room math, or white room testing, is you put it just in that dummy situation. It doesn't quite work out in the real world. Malzahar being stolen from Proden, it's a good thing he's not going mid, so it's fine.
That was actually, I'm remembering back to when he was playing for Rated R, and they let the Malzahar through for one game, and it's what put them into playoffs, and it never made it again. It was super funny to watch.
Even afterwards, if anybody scouts Proden, you see, oh, I should just ban Malzahar. If it ever goes through for Proden in the mid lane's going to have a tough time on the other side.
Absolutely. But I actually really like that into the Hui, because Hui, he does have the longer range using the Severing Bolt as his main source of damage, that QE, but Malzahar gets to shove the wave. Hui doesn't have, he has some AoE, but to land it properly, you have to go around to the front melee minions to get the damage on the backside. Otherwise, he doesn't have an incredible wave clear until later in the game. So we're going to see the shove and the roam from the Malzahar to gank the other lanes. Aphelios locked in for Calavir. That's
like
terrifying.
Putting in a lot of pressure on that bot lane as well. I think Karma will probably do a decent job at keeping that pressure off of that. Proden going Tristana. Attack speed makes sense. Trundle top lane. Oh, right. We talked about that. Bleen plays Trundle. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I think we figured that out pretty well. So probably that Pantheon top lane going up against the Trundle then.
I'm not sure, because I still think the Pantheon would do really well with the Hui, yikes, with the Aphelios. I think they look the same.
They look. Looking at these pictures, they look the same. They're very similar. Really very dark, edgy boys here.
True. All right, and that is actually Lulu locked in. I think you're right. I think Pantheon is going to stay in the top side, and we got the spice we were asking for from Bear. I'm really excited about that.
Pantheon was a nice safe choice because as we saw from the draft at the end there, we had our red side picking their ADC and support last. They're trying to keep those last picks stay safe, so the Pantheon was a safe choice going into, okay, whatever matchup this happens with, it'll probably be okay. And the Bleen Bear matchup is going to be interesting to watch, because I think they're relatively evenly matched. We're going to cast or curse myself on that one there. We're going to see what happens. But I'm going to be interested to see it.
The important thing we need to point out here, as Cobalt called out in the chat, is we have the Yordles and the Emo Boys in the bot lane.
Yes. We're wrong way support.
Yes.
Oh. So yeah, so Yordle ADC with Emo Boy support, and then Emo Boy ADC with Yordle support. Yeah.
I actually really like this. Hui does deal quite a lot of damage, but he also has the utility on his Serenities combos, right? He can give you the Stirring Lights to increase your damage, and he has the pool of it's the pool of reflection.
Yeah, you got it.
And then that's the shield, the pool of reflections. I got this.
Nailed
I got this. I got my cheat sheet out too. And so I can really see that working, and the way that Hui can poke, he's going to gain a lot of gold.
The way that he can poke?
Nice. Thank you so much.
The Proden would be so proud that we now have 2 dad joke casters on this scene now. Anyway, continue.
That is true. But I also really, really like the Lulu, because we have, the Kha'Zix and the Karma are very bursty champions. And then Hui, if you predict in the mid lane, also does quite a lot of upfront damage. So Lulu being able to cast that ultimate onto the Aphelios to keep him alive and to keep whoever's in the front line safe is a very good choice, and I like the lock-in.
Yeah, I always pick Lulu support going into like somebody with a high attack speed, someone like Tristana, because that picks the shield doing extra damage every auto attack. So that's what I always think of. But Lulu is generally picked as the caster to keep somebody alive, like you said. So Aphelios getting the chance to jump in and do all of his shenanigans, and even to shield, even to get closer to his ultimate, is that much stronger. And that's the main reason you pick it, even if I'm usually wrong and I only pick for it's like, oh, let's buff somebody's attack speed with it. Even then, still really strong in Aphelios for that attack speed if he's using the boomerang. Mm-hmm. Get a lot of health back. He can just run in, throw a bunch of abilities. And also, I think a good pick on that would be trying to shut down the Kha'Zix, trying to blow up Aphelios.
Exactly, and that was what I wanted to go with, was the Polymorph has 2 main targets here. Obviously the Kha'Zix, but if Kha'Zix bides his time, Trundle is going to be a massive problem because of the ultimate and the way that Bleen plays him. He does have a very aggressive style. He knows how to position that pillar to get in close, and so you're going to have to choose. Either you stop the Trundle early, or you hold it for when Kha'Zix shows up. And the decision there, Kirower has to be really careful about which one he picks, because it may or may not work out.
Yeah, that's a decision that's life or death for certain.
For certain champions, for sure. And the pause there, just like Admin was saying, he is running the backside. That means he's turning off chat and putting up the objective timers and everything, doing his job as he does. I'm
doing a thing.
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect our load time to be that quick. That's my fault.
Yeah, that was very fast.
But with that said, everybody, you now know we are on to Summoner's Rift. Game number 1, probably, maybe a best of 3 for the day. We don't know. We hope so. It is a PLC versus Team Unknown. Oh. Well then.
What do you see? I see Calavir, not Bear.
Yeah.
Bear's in the mid lane.
They moved over too. Calavir laughing at us.
Yeah, look at that. Granted, this is 3 minutes behind.
True. That is true. But, all right. So, all of our draft talk completely out the window. Not one player is where we expected them to be. That feels real good.
On Team Unknown side.
At least, yeah. That spectator bug is actually really frustrating as a caster. I don't like it at all.
And our overlay software is currently waiting for an overhaul, so it's not going to get that update to where it's consistent for that champion pick probably for another 3 months, and it's upsetting to me.
But we'll get there. And the beginning of the game, I think, is going to be a little bit slow. Our assassins is in the lane against Trundle, who gets a lot of health with the minions dying around him. That passive always been really, really strong. And then Kha'Zix needs, I think, level 3 before he's truly effective. Having the Void Spike slow and the jump.
Leap, Void Spike, definitely. You rush level 3, and where's it going to go first? It's either going to be mid or top. Blean taking a lot of damage.
That is it. First blood there. The aggression of the level 2 Pantheon.
That's my whole prediction of Blean versus Bear doesn't. So Caster Curse technically successful. Blean versus Bear matchup didn't happen, so we actually don't get an answer for me. But Calavir take a very strong lead on the outside of it. Bot lane having a nice little poking war going back and forth. Everyone else doing as we expect, starting slow, getting some power. Blean doing a lot of damage to Calavir right back as he comes back.
But you have to watch for the minion waves. In goes Death. He's trying to deal some damage on the Shazbot. Has to flash away from the auto attacks from Proden. Proden flash forward from Shazbot. Auto attacks with the Ignite. Kodo Draco flashes away. Death going in on the Shazbot. Proden following into the brush. Do they have the damage? Death 1v1 here. Proden still has his flash, but does he need to use it? Death cannot follow. That was a lot of fun to watch that happen. Huge summoner spell, discrepancy. No, not even huge. We have flashes for the Yordles left.
Yeah.
Everything else was used.
And top lane, Calavir did get out. Blean stayed in lane, so that's going to be... Calavir's probably going to come back and blow him up right now, actually.
But he needs to be careful. He did just see Thor's Dragon take out that ward.
Which, yeah, I think that's why he went backed off, saw him, but now he's got help from Kiroro coming in.
They're going to try and fight for the crab. Oh, but it's
my spectator going to actually watch this. I have control of this, so I'm just going to follow this guy because I feel like it. Back to top lane. Oh, look, see, blow him up.
Flash forward from Calavir secures the second kill, and that's 2-0 on the side of Team Unknown.
Calavir has a very strong start here. Blean still has one summoner, but Calavir doesn't have any summoners. Meanwhile, Thor's is countering
gets
Kiroro.
the roam up. Thor's Dragon versus Kiroro. In comes Death. He jumps in, flashes in to pop the passive. Is that the right move? Thor's Dragon is rooted by the purple gun, killed by Death, and that's the bait. It's like jumping on a Zillion and PLC fall prey.
It was going so well, and it's like the Kiroro jumps in, Thor's decides, oh, I can fight this, and then pops the passive for Zac, and then realizes, oh, there's somebody else here, I have a friend, and then they get collapsed on. Kiroro survives.
Bear
solid play from our Team Unknown.
Absolutely. Bear able to survive that mid lane rush. He flashes away as Zeno had the inside track with the tether. And Proden doing okay down here. He's staying up in farm, hasn't died. But now that Death has both the kill and the assist, he might be in some trouble. Kiroro in the wings. Root into the Zac. Jump away, but it's not enough. Does he flash? No. He saves it because he knew he was dead anyway. Death going super hard here onto Shazbot.
Thor's looking for a counter.
Thor's Dragon is here. Draco dodges everything and manages to get rooted afterward. Thor's Dragon in some trouble because he gets caught with the root again. Polymorph. In comes Kiroro, but Thor's Dragon makes it out. He does leap away. He only has like 200 health. Severing Bolt from Shazbot. They're going to dive. The minion wave is in. No, it's going to be pushing away. Flash forward into the fear. Kodo Draco is dead. Death picks up the first kill, but goes down. Shut down gold over to Shazbot. And here is the PLC we know and love. People jumping and dying everywhere.
Flashed right into the fear that just knocked everything off of plan. That was probably going to be a polymorph onto Death. And not onto Death, polymorph onto Shazbot. I'm looking at the pictures, the emo boys.
Yeah. What else is hard is the colors are the same. They're all purple.
Let's get one's from Ionia, one's from.
Oh, they're both. They're both Ionia.
Targon, Mount Targon.
Which one's from Targon?
Targon is the moon boy.
Aphelios?
Yeah.
No, is he?
Technically, yeah.
Oh, well.
I thought it was.
Huh.
Hey, chat,
Someone fact check us.
tell me I'm wrong. Thank you, man. I just remember there's a whole moon and sun thing going on. He's on the side of the moon like Diana
That is true.
Anyway,
That is
fights
true.
going on all over the place.
PLC does have the inside track on the Void Grubs. We don't have our overlay spec for the Grubs yet. That was a new thing, and that's probably going to be in the overhaul.
It is a 3-0. In fact, if
okay.
I can do one of these, oh, it doesn't show the buff for spectator.
That's unfortunate. All right, but Grubs are secured for PLC, and I have come to really appreciate just how strong those Grubs are the last few times I played on the Rift. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
Lean versus Calavir. He's going hard on that, deals quite a lot of damage, but remember, the minions are there. They deal. Oh my gosh!
Not able to burn Blean down anymore, especially since Blean now gets to press R and just come right back with that bite. Huge.
The CS disparity in top, though, is a big deal. Blean is out of mana now. Calavir gets the invulnerability from that direction, and he goes on a killing spree. Calavir on this Pantheon doing quite a lot of work in the top lane.
So just as I said, the R helps him. That's all Calavir needed to do was wait out the R, and then he just come back in, blow him up again. The bite doesn't quite do enough all by itself to keep him alive, especially with the disparity in gold that we're seeing.
Kha'Zix is here, gets the slow onto Kodo Draco. No flash is available, but do we see the Severing Bolt? Doesn't matter. Thor's Dragon gets the extended range on the Q, picks up a kill. Death now in a 1v3. PLC
very solid focus from Thor's Dragon to just this guy is low. My name is Kha'Zix. I'm going to kill it. Oh, no, we're not going to go away.
Super low with the root.
Oh, missed.
Oh, the Moonlight Vigil does not land. That was super close. A nice attempt there by Death. Had to blow both summoners again, though. So very effective gank from Thor's Dragon, but Death doing very, very well on the Aphelios.
Incoming gank again.
They have vision in that little tri-brush. So Death is safe enough. I think he hangs out and he'll finish
Definitely
the shove.
Sees it.
Kodo Draco's here. All right.
Yeah, they're going to back off. And we're probably going to see... Oh, Blean jumps onto Calavir, gets a little bit of damage, and they're going to dance a little bit more. How is mid lane going? We haven't been watching mid lane for a while. What has happened here? Where somebody has a kill, but that was the I believe the gank onto.
Yeah, that was down in earlier. Mm-hmm.
So Xeno and Bear are just having a nice little noodle fight in the middle lane here.
Another CS disparity though. Bear is ahead by about 3 waves.
Plus the kill.
Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit rough. Calavir probably has the advantage here, especially with Kiroro. Blean trying to run away.
All you need is vision, and you can jump, stun, hit Q, and dead. Especially because you're going to crit with that Q at low health.
Team Unknown doing quite a good job here in our show match. 8 kills to 3.
I'm not as good as Juhadra with knowing that it's called Comic Spear and not just as Q.
No, that's okay. I didn't know it was a Comet Spear. I thought it was a spear throw.
Oh well, that makes me feel a little bit better. Jumping in, Thor's Dragon wants
onto
it.
Calavir. He gets stunned. Blean is here. They get the slow from the pillar. He goes invulnerable from the side, and that is shutdown gold over to the Kha'Zix. That's probably quite a bit.
With the assist on to Blean, that's going to help him just equalize a little bit more, and that feels good for Thor's. He's going to want to jump in and kill that Aphelios. Like, the Yordle is a nice consolation prize, but Aphelios is, I think he's... nobody's got a bounty on them right now, but shutting down the Aphelios is the goal, because he's going to be a problem later. But speaking of problems, Pantheon is doing a lot of work, and... With his shield, what is it called? Shield Vault, not Shield Vault. It's Aegis Assault.
See, when I learned his abilities, it was pre-rework.
Yeah, and so they're all different.
Him. Yeah, nobody played him, so I never learned them. I still remember it was Aegis of Zonia was his W before. Uh-oh. That's a lot of crowd control going to hit onto Thor's Dragon. He jumps away, keeps the flash,
Ooh.
And he makes it out. Xeno with a beautiful shield to save his life. But now Bleen needs to be careful because there are 3 members of Team Unknown up there. They're going to go after the grubs.
Yeah, we're going to trade those grubs, go 3 for 3 on the other side. Is PLC going to jump in and get the dragon right back? So we just have an even trade on both sides. Doesn't look like it. There's a lot of ward control here from Team Unknown.
Yeah,
on
especially
this side.
Kodo Draco might be in some trouble. Takes a lot of damage from the explosive shot, but it isn't quite enough with the shields coming out of Lulu.
So let's say red, control ward in the pit. Yeah, they're not going to be able to take that very easily.
No, but with Kodo Draco so low, they might be able to look for a play on bottom. But with the way that Kodo has been playing and with Death so strong, they might just come out ahead on that. Calavir versus Bleen. Bleen doing quite a lot of damage. He gets the assault again, but the Comet Spear secures the kill. That's the ultimate down onto Death. Huge damage. That's a big kill for Shazbot. That's 2 for PLC. Make that 3. Big swing. But the Malefic Visions take out Thor's Dragon. Bear takes 1 back. 3 for 1, 3 for 2 overall on the map, but that will be Drake over to PLC.
All right, we still are seeing Bleen here without a full item yet, and he really needs a little bit of armor.
Oh, the Buster Shot!
We get stopped!
Now he goes in with the less bounce. He's taking a lot of damage. Will he get it? He steals the dragon. Kodo Draco is there to power him up. Polymorph will keep Proden from securing the kill. He gets knocked up again. Rocket jumps over the wall. Flash follow. Kiroro picks him up. Shazbot over the wall as well, and he goes down. And never mind. Team Unknown come back and take everything after losing everything.
Yeah, that's I almost got caster cursed again there with PLC almost taking the dragon, but Kiroro said, "Nah, I got you, fam. It's okay."
Very well done by Team Unknown to know their timing, right? They go right back in. They know there's no smite because they killed the Kazakhs. They don't have the damage to burst down that Drake. So well done by them. They're able to come and take everything back. They are now ahead 4,000 gold, 6 kills, and this will be the first turret of the game going down as well.
Wow. That with all the kills going on, it is kind of surprising that is the first turret, and first turret gold, especially going to Bear. He's gonna start showing up in these fights very soon.
Yeah, Malignant's already up. I think that is a beautiful combo with the Malzahar kit, especially if you have the Malefic Visions on your ulted target. You already get everything, but Death might be in some trouble. He is able to kite it out. Thor's Dragon doesn't have the damage quite yet, though the Profane Hydra is a good step into it. Calavir versus Bleen. Bear is on the way. Ghost cast by Bleen means he will probably get away from that. But we have to be careful. Oh, Proden manages to jump away. He gets rooted and hit with the Moonlight Vigil. He goes down to Kodo Draco, and then Death picks up the kill on
he doesn't die.
It's the Wild Growth, and he survives. Thor's Dragon is in the wings, ready to jump in and try and secure an assassination on the bottom side.
Yeah, let's go watch that directed camera. Oh, he's going to get out.
Another shield. Death stays alive. Kodo Draco saves his life. It was close, but it was not close enough.
How fast the shield comes out from Kodo Draco to save Death.
Yeah, that surprised me.
That was incredible.
Red and white gun. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, and that makes sense. But Kiroro and Bleen having a fight over this blue buff. Kiroro grabs it, and he's gonna jump to the next one.
Team Unknown securing objectives around the map. All 3 turrets are down. They have the Drake. They have 3 of the grubs. Nice Buster Shot to disengage the fight. Yeah, Kodo Draco is doing a wonderful job supporting Death, doing so much to keep that man alive.
Yeah, very, very good point to point out. As much as Death is doing some good work, that is being enabled fully by Kodo Draco. Calavir from the skies!
Underneath the turret, he picks up that kill. Damage down onto Shazbot. He is able to get the pool, to get the shield, but it's not enough as Calavir secures the double kill, throwing the Comet Spear. Jumps right onto Xeno and the Snurks. He's going to try and heal with the ulted E. Kha'Zix picks up a kill on the backside, but Unknown definitely still advantage on the map. Because mid lane, look at what Bear's doing. He's just shoving down turrets.
Yeah, I said he was going to show up in fights. I was wrong. Oh, meanwhile,
Thor's Dragon doing some hard carry work, jumping onto Calavir, securing that one. Death is all alone now. Do we see another assassination? Not before the end of the mid lane turret, though. Thor's Dragon gets fed up by Shazbot. Severing Bolt does not land. Thor's Dragon trying to go over the wall. Goes in, gets the kill. And Thor's Dragon leading the charge for the PLC. 7 kills out of the 10.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't immediately start moving towards Bear, but with that shield, probably not worth it. Stabilize the lane, start getting them pushed back up a little bit more. Bleen trying to put in some work, gets the turret, and yeah, he's now building the armor. What? Sorry?
Objective bounty.
Oh, that too.
Yeah,
huge,
it was extra
huge
gold.
for PLC.
And Blade of the Ruined King looks to be the target. Yep, there's the pickaxe. That'll do that. And I like the Bramble Vest pickup. I think that the extra armor and a little bit of the heal cut will be good, especially when you're looking at Zac and you're looking at Aphelios when he does have the... It's not Crescendum, Severum. Yeah, the red gun.
Right. Yeah, I was saying earlier, picking up some armor is going to be huge against Calavir, and then that just cascades down to also being able to fight Death when he starts being able to jump on him a little bit more.
So I have another thought here.
All right.
Did you notice that the 2 emo boys are also the most complicated champions in the game?
Wow. We don't think our champions have overturned this.
All right, they have vision all over this Drake.
10
It
spells
looks like
on the one.
real big fight here. This is going to be a full 5v5. In goes Kiroro. He does not land the knockup. Calavir gets the stun and the silence onto Bleen. He ults and he tries to do the best he can. Bear picks up the first kill. He is rooted, but PLC are routed.
Yeah. Bleen did stay alive for a while. He was where he wanted to be, right at the front line, being able to tank as much as he could for the rest of the team, but they didn't have vision. Like, at that point... Red team takes the Drake.
Gets caught super clean, but in goes Kiroro. Bear is on the backside. He does still have the ultimate. He throws that down onto Xeno and the Snarks. He gets flashed out, but Calavir comes in and secures the kill. That was actually Shazbot. I stand corrected. Xeno is now underneath the turret against Kiroro. Calavir flashes in to get the stun. Kiroro tanking up the turret, meaning that Calavir can stay really healthy. Xeno is almost dead. He is alive. Calavir takes a turret shot. He outplays with Xeno.
There we go. That fully charged turret shot, too. Kiroro was looking very small, and Bleen is on the hunt. Meanwhile, speaking of on the hunt, up here, Death and Prodin are going to go at it.
Prodin runs right into Death. Thors doesn't have the damage with the isolation negated by the minions. He has to blast Cone away. I love that interaction. Everything from the beginning of the dragon fight until the very end.
So, I was trying to point out, at the beginning of the dragon fight, a lot of it was happening. You know what? I actually have control. I can point it out. It was happening right here. Instead of right on the dragon pit. What was happening is Bleen was sitting there being attacked by 3 people, but there was no vision from the blue side. Like, if you take a look at it, this is all red, and vision right here from blue. That's what they all had vision for, just because of the champion sitting right here and Bleen taking damage from 4 people over here. So they had no idea what's going on in the pit while they take it and just shove everyone off.
Longtime friend Cobalt in the chat feels neglected. I am sorry, my friend. Too much has been going on.
I have a job to do, dang it!
Team Unknown, very, very secure in their lead right now. 7,000 gold ahead. They're up 10 kills. Baron is on the map, which means we get these void buffs, able to go everywhere. Gank up onto the top side. Aphelios might be in some trouble. That's a root into a root. Xeno gets the empowered Q. Flash away. In jumps Prodin. One more auto attack, and the explosion is not enough. He is very quick with the ghost. Death will stay alive for now. Bleen is on the chase with his own ghost. It should expire later. Does he get the pillar? Thor's Dragon throws out the spikes. It does not land. Bleen, ults Kodo Draco, wants to go in, gets the chomp, shield onto Death. Calavir gets Xeno and the Snarks on the backside, and
meanwhile,
Unknown once again take out PLC. Up on the top side, Bear finds Shazbot, throws down the Malefic Visions, goes on a killing spree for himself. Let's Bounce secures the kill for Kiroro onto Proton, and Thor's Dragon is the only target left. He leaps out of the range of the Elastic Slingshot, but that is still another 4 kills over to Team Unknown.
Turning in Death, who should be dead, was sitting at like 20 HP and just running from an entire fight of 4, and meanwhile Thor's is getting jumped by Kiroro.
Kiroro has done a great job knowing exactly where to be. Thor's Dragon wants to kill that Herald. He does take him out. Doesn't have the leap yet, but Kiroro takes yet another turret. That's 7 now for Team Unknown that they have taken. Shazbot's in some trouble. Kiroro gets the stretching strike down. Bleen wants to shred with the Blade of the Ruined King. Bear taking a lot of damage. Zeno knows that the Malefic Visions take him out. Kiroro on the front side gets the Wild Growth from the Lulu. He is keeping everybody at bay. Stun down onto Bleen. All of the crowd control onto Bleen as he is polymorphed and rooted in place.
He doesn't get to play anymore.
They have the damage. Proton is taken out. Thor's Dragon on the backside with Shazbot underneath the turrets. Do they have what it takes to remove or to stop this onslaught? Kiroro goes into the passive. He's under the turrets. Thor's Dragon and Shazbot doing the best they can. Death taking quite a lot of damage. He gets the ultimate and he kills Shazbot. Thor's Dragon takes him out. The minions are gone. Calavir wants to snipe in the fountain.
Fountain healing is a little too much. Thor's is back up, but he's the only one back up. He can't.
Here comes
Zeno. Here comes Zeno.
Thor's Dragon versus the world. Zeno helps him pick up that kill. Calavir, and that is an ace. Shutdown gold once again over to Thor's Dragon. And PLC have brought this back from the brink of annihilation. Let's see how long they can keep it.
Yeah, very good patience from Thor's, especially when he was trying to defend against Kiroro in the mid lane. That turret was going to go down, but he was trying to delay as much as he possibly could while still not dying when he had like 5% health. Kiroro had an ease. He goes into too much. Kiroro on Zac can jump in and just annihilate him. So very patient play coming from Thor's Dragon to try to jump in at the right time. And then at the end there to pick up the 2 kills. Jumps on the correct target, gets the kill, and then able to clean up Kodo Draco at the very end there. Solid play to stay in the game. But we have 2 inhibitors down. That's going to be huge. You're going to have to stop that. Bleen taking way too much damage. Why?
He got caught out
way
in the
too much
river.
out there. You're too much out in river. You always have to check where your vision line is. So right now, the vision line, the only ward you have is this one right here.
Exactly.
So the furthest you go out is this line over here. That's the furthest you can go out. And so yeah, Bleen getting caught.
That is also Dragon Soul over to Team Unknown. They get the Infernal Dragon, and now they're going to go up to the Baron, especially with Aphelios. Let's check his guns and see how quickly this is going to go down. Not the right guns, but that's okay. He does enough damage because he has those 3 crit items on him.
He's going to reset his guns off the Baron. Get the next set.
This is going to be really hard for PLC because the Baron push on the only lane that's left on bottom then they have to deal with the supers in the other 2 lanes.
It's a very easy play, and especially have the split push. You don't even need all 5 there, but you immediately start going all 5 to bot lane. You shove in the only lane that doesn't have the inhibitor down because the super minions, meanwhile, Thor's Dragon's just going to get wrecked.
So that was terrifying. Calavir almost assassinating Thor's. We even had the Redemption coming down to try and help secure the kill. But here is the Baron push, and it is just as terrifying as we thought it was going to be. Flash forward from Kiroro to get the Elastic Strike. Let's Bounce help secure even more damage down onto Shazbot. Polymorph on the Xeno and the Snurks. He makes it out so far. Kiroro jumps in. He picks up another kill. Thor's Dragon is doing his best to keep Proton alive by killing other people. He does manage to take out Bear, but he is now alone, except for Shazbot underneath the turret. In goes Kiroro, takes him out. Bleen underneath. He gets a couple auto attacks, but Kiroro gets a shield. Kodo Draco on point. Death helps take him down. Flash in from Thor's Dragon. He takes down Kiroro, but it is not enough. And PLC go down, but Team Unknown go up. In game number 1 of our March tournament, triple kill for the birthday boy.
Here we go. And yeah, that'll be the end of the game there. Very solid play to push that bot lane because the super minions left unchecked, any single one of those will end the game. So very easy play. Go in with the Baron buffed minions. You have that, and you can just, even if you don't get anything, somebody has to go and deal with those super minions. And it usually has to be somebody who can deal with it, which can be the ADC or the jungler. And those who you really want to have in the fight to get those picks. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, a single inhibitor going down is very rough to deal with. We are filling up the lobby. I think we are going to take a little bit of a break. Get people just a little bit of water break and a little bathroom break, as well as our audience. We have to respect our audience as well. So we will be right back with game 2 of our PLC versus Team Unknown little house match for a fun game here.